Fun fact, my husband hates the word outfit. I keep a list on my phone of things Mike hates, and the first one is wind chimes. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the second time that I filmed this video. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing my capsule wardrobe. This is my winter, somewhat a little bit of a peek into spring capsule wardrobe. It's my first time ever filming a capsule wardrobe. It's my first time ever doing a capsule wardrobe. A few things before we jump in. One, I live in Austin, Texas. It's very hot here. We have basically two seasons, blazing, like ninth circle of hell hot, and then like everybody else is like normal summer hot, which is like, you know, it's like 70 degrees and very enjoyable and like layering weather. And every once in a while we have like an exceptional day where it like snows a little bit and it's like 30 degrees or something. And like those are very exciting like postcard days for us. But if you live in Michigan, you might not find this to be like relatable. Secondly, I am going to be sharing with you guys everything that I feel like has sort of arrived at the end of this process, and then how I'm kind of using that to think about my next wardrobe and sort of like the things that are going to go into my spring capsule, spring, summer. But also it has really made me realize that the next big step in this process is sharing with you guys an enormous wardrobe declutter, because there's so much stuff that's like downstairs right now in my dresser and in my closet that I realize I haven't touched in 6 months. And there's something really beautiful about that, because that means not only am I going to share with you guys what I'm getting rid of, but it's all really high quality stuff. It's really in good shape. And so I'm going to sell it. So let me know down below, what is the best platform that you have used and that you really, really like for reselling your own items? I know that there are a lot of them out there, but if we take a popular vote, I will pick whichever one you guys want me to kind of like create a store on, and you guys can shop my hand-me-downs if you want. So all of that said, you guys, I think that there's nothing left to do here except just go ahead and jump in to my wardrobe. So we are starting here with like the first half. This is tops and bottoms. This does not include outerwear or sweaters. And I'll kind of style it along the way because I have a few of my like favorite accessories here with me. I had to wear something. So you'll notice that this hanger right here is empty, and that is because I'm wearing my summer jeans from Madewell. We'll start with jeans here actually. So we have 4 pairs of jeans. These are all of my pants for this season. If there's anything that I really tried to keep in mind when I was putting together this collection, it was what I realistically put on my body every day. That's something that you really want to take into consideration when you're putting together your capsule wardrobe. Is not your fantasy self. Everybody's got several fantasy selves of like, you know, how you would like to dress under certain circumstances or aesthetics that you'd like to have. Like you might want to be like, you know, on Gossip Girl, or you might think you're like this desert princess out in Australia or something. Realistically, what you put on your body every morning might not reflect those fantasy selves. So think practically before you pull the trigger on a new item of clothing, like whether you're actually going to wake up in the morning and put it on your body. Anyway, my jeans are from 2 brands. I have 3 pairs of jeans here from Madewell and 1 from a company called BLDWN. I should tell you guys my measurements. I am 32, 26, 34. I wear a 32 AA bra. Like I am flat chested as can be. And so the trunk of my body is very straight up and down. So when I buy jeans, I tend to buy them actually smaller than a 26 because they fit me in the hips, and then I just kind of like wear in the waist a little bit. These, like I said, are the Madewell The Perfect Summer Jean in white. I think that white is such a, it's like a linchpin of my wardrobe, as you can tell. We'll get to these in a second. I have a pair here of the high-rise slim boy jean from Madewell, and they are just regular high-cut jeans. I've had these for years, almost 3 years. I have the Madewell Classic Straight Jean. I get a compliment from someone every time I wear these. They are so effortless and beautiful, and I really hope they continue making them because they fit like a dream. And these are from a brand that you will get to know very well in this video, and it is a brand called BLDWN. They have shortened to BLDWN BLDWN Denim. They are from Kansas City, and when I found out we had a BLDWN store here in Austin, I freaked out because it's one of my favorite things that I discovered in Kansas City. Kansas City has a lot of little like hidden gems like that, but this is a jeans company that like, they always used to say that George Clooney would fly into Kansas City just to buy his jeans kind of thing. Like they make super high quality denim, and that was where their company started. And it's just this very American company that makes really high quality basics where like the taste level is just built in. And I love shopping there. Like all the people who work at the store here in Austin, they treat me like a celebrity. It's amazing. It's just such a really good spot. They have great sales, but they also have really good basics that never go on sale. But all that to say, these are the vintage straight jean. I wear these all the time, absolutely all the time. And they are also in a size 24 because they're 100% cotton and they stretch out as you wear them. And so when I wash them, they shrink up a little bit, but over time, cotton fibers are going to just kind of break down a little bit. That said, guys, investing in high quality denim that's heavyweight is what's going to make you look expensive. That's what we're doing here. Even when I have very, you know, like thrifted pieces and things like that, when you're putting together an outfit, no matter what the actual price point of them is, you should be choosing based on how something feels, and the texture and the weight of denim is what makes it look expensive. When you buy lightweight, thin, stretchy denim, no matter how much you paid for it, it's going to look less expensive. And so 100% cotton is what I tend to go for. I will say the ones from Madewell that are stretchy are the most comfortable jeans in the world. They're incredible. They're super flattering, but always treat jeans on a case-by-case basis. Try them on. And if you order them online, make sure it's a place that you have a really good way of returning the stuff to them and getting your money back if they don't work out, because jeans are so subjective. Another thing you might notice right off the bat is that all of my tops are white. Most of them are white. And that is because for years, you guys, I would wake up in the morning and I would think to myself, I want to put on a white t-shirt today. And I like never had one clean. And I realized this is just who I am. I'm always going to want to wake up and put on a white t-shirt. I might as well just invest in a lot of white t-shirts. So I have some from a lot of different price points here. I have a couple here from Everlane. In fact, there is another one somewhere. Like I said, I filmed this video once. I change clothes a lot of times. It's sitting somewhere, but I have two of this shirt. This is the basic crew neck from Everlane, and this is sort of their looser fit one that I have tied in the front here. And these are great. They are not expensive. I think they're both under $20, and they're fantastic basics for your wardrobe. Just make sure that you take care of them. Whatever the price point is of the things that you buy, make sure that you take really good care of them. You could find something that's 100% cotton and fits really nicely from Zara or from Forever 21, and if you take care of it, it's gonna treat you like you paid a lot more money for it. So by taking care of it, I mean you wash whites with whites only. I don't mean like with lights only, I mean with whites only. If you wanna keep them white, they're gonna get dingy if you wash them with jeans or a towel or anything. I wash everything on cold. I dry everything, if I dry it at all, on delicate. I want to make my clothes feel like they're new, because that's going to make it less likely that you go shopping for that new feeling. That's why we shop most of the time, is because we are addicted to that feeling of newness. And let me tell you guys, the big secret to newness is this humble thing right here. This is a steamer. This is what you are interacting with when you are trying on clothes where someone else has already tried that thing on half a dozen times, and you're like, wow, this feels so good, it feels so new, it hangs so well on my body. It's been steamed. That's all it is. This is, you know, off of Amazon or something, and they're very inexpensive. You can buy really nice ones, but that's essentially what makes clothes hang in a really natural way. You don't need to pull an iron out. You'd never want to pull the iron out on something that has a screen print on it anyway. It would melt it. This is what knocks the wrinkles out of things and makes them look like they're new. So as long as you launder things responsibly, as long as you make sure and isolate your colors, I'm serious, guys. If you wash a single like white sock with all of your athletic stuff will end up with a bunch of white pills all over it. And if you wash your white stuff with like one dingy towel, it's going to like catch all of that in like the necklines and everything. It's just not worth it. So be disciplined about how you launder your clothes, and it will actually save you so much money in the long run. All right, moving into the rest of the white tops here. We have two from Baldwin and one from Young Maven. So Young Maven is a company that hinges on hemp. You will never regret investing in a hemp t-shirt. They are amazing. They absolutely wash like a dream. They're completely indestructible. They're heavyweight. They feel like menswear, which I feel like men get better quality basics in a lot of cases than women do, and this is a unisex shirt. I love it so much. It's actually like in a washed off-white. This is not an inexpensive shirt. I think that this was like upwards of $60, but for me, someone who wears these kinds of basics all the time on rotation, this was a worthy investment for me, as were these. These are two t-shirts from BLDWN. So we have one that has slightly longer sleeves and it is sheer, and then we have their kind of like basic regular crew neck t-shirt. Each of these is around $90 with tax. It's a staple in my wardrobe. They look fantastic. In fact, I'm gonna go put one on. Okay, so like I was talking about, white on white. And then this is steamed, so it hangs really naturally. I love where this sleeve hits. To me, the details are worth the investment. You might think that I'm crazy, but you notice that this is so edited that I have distilled down the things that I know I'm going to get the most use out of, and so it's okay for me to choose to spend more money in those areas because I'm not going for quantity. Last few things here. These are two more amazing items from BLDWN. I bought this in the fall, and I just bought this. The fabric is this incredible, like, heather gray, infinite stretch situation. It hangs like water on your body. And I got this one on sale, actually. They might still have it. But this was, again, an investment piece. I think that this was like around $80. This I ended up getting for $27 on sale. I was pretty pumped about that, but it's just this really beautiful, super versatile layering piece, and it always looks so polished and put together. Every time I wear this, anytime I take a photo in it or anything, people are like, where's that from? Where's that from? Where's that from? It's a gray top. It shouldn't be that noticeable, but like that's what you see when you see people who look put together and they've like nailed the details. It's because the items that they're wearing are very considered, and like that's what you're paying for. I'm not necessarily saying that everything expensive looks expensive, and I'm not saying that you have to spend money to look expensive, but there are places that really strike the balance and do the thinking for you. BLDWN does the thinking for me. This should probably actually be within the long sleeve stuff, but anyway, this is another Young Maven piece. This is such a perfect sweatshirt. It's like the sweatshirt that when you go to the thrift store, the vintage shop, this is what you were looking for, but it's brand new and it will last you a lifetime because it's made out of hemp. And so I actually don't, like you can see, have a ton of like color in my wardrobe, but when it comes to like details on denim and things like that, they're almost always this gold color on just regular, you know, medium wash denim. And so I feel like this was just kind of like the next intuitive standard deviation color-wise, and I think that it looks really nice on my skin. So yeah, this is fantastic for layering, especially with denim, but I do love to wear it with white, and it fits really just perfectly. It fits super nice and slim to the body, and you can really make this look expensive with the right layering. And finally, this is actually a pretty new addition kind of for spring for me, and I will say, guys, if there's anything else that you might notice here, if you're paying attention, is that there's nothing dry clean only. I don't dry clean anything, and if it needs to be dry cleaned, I don't want to own it. And so when I have a dress shirt or something, I want to make sure that I can launder it at home. So this shirt is from a brand called COS, C-O-S, and it is just the best dress shirt. This collar stands up on its own. It looks so beautiful with jewelry. This is the shirt that I was wearing in my favorites video most recently, and it is so elegant. Like, it just looks so crisp and expensive. It was $60. And that's an example of shopping consciously versus shopping conscious. So Young Maven and Everlane, you could even argue BLDWN, are like, you know, consciously made, very considered items that you do end up kind of paying that overhead for. And that's conscious shopping. That's shopping at a place that has done the legwork to make their stuff conscious. But this is an example of shopping consciously, me seeking out the perfect shirt and treating it as the treasure that it is, and not buying 5 of them because they're more affordable, and not treating it like trash, like it's disposable. I'm going to treat this shirt as if it cost me $300 because it fits so perfectly and it was exactly what I wanted, and it just happened to be by a company that's owned by H&M. But they weren't always owned by H&M. the same as And Other Stories. And so just keep in mind, even though H&M is trying, they're trying to do the right thing when it comes to consciousness, at least from a PR standpoint, that, you know, you could do better with your dollar as far as shopping at a conscious company. But to me, I would rather have something that I know that I'm going to absolutely wear the crap out of and have for a really, really long time when I take care of it, than to go and spend more for something that I don't necessarily love. So those are all my tops and bottoms. I will say, you may have noticed, I haven't mentioned any rules. I'm not big on rules, maybe it's because I'm an Aries, but you go online and you're like, what's a capsule wardrobe? And everybody's got a different set of rules. Some people say, oh, you know, this doesn't count or this does count, or you can only have X amount of items in each category, blah, blah, blah. I have enough discipline that I can apply the mindset of like a composed and edited wardrobe without having to adhere to somebody's rules. So I haven't actually counted this, but we will put the numbers of everything over there in case you're curious. I literally don't know. But let's go ahead and move into sweaters and outerwear so that we can start putting together some outfits. We have a little bit more variety in color, not that much. I really stick to a palette of creams and denim and white, and I really like camel, and then one of the more recent additions has been like hunter green. So we'll get into that. Let's talk about sweaters first and foremost. So these two sweaters are from J. Crew, and they are the same sweater in two different sizes, and I did that on purpose. This one is an extra small and this one is a small. I highly recommend taking into consideration how you want something to fit, how you want something to look. What are the outfits that you want to put together with this? Because I knew if I was going to wear a black turtleneck, I wanted it to fit really snugly, and I wanted it to look almost like, you know, Steve Jobs vibes. And I wanted a camel colored one that was going to fit loosely, that I could kind of tuck in and blouse, kind of channeling Victoria Beckham, and she wears all of her stuff really loose. And so I bought these in two different sizes completely on purpose, and I love them both for their distinct purposes. So don't let sizes be the thing that like tells you how clothes are supposed to look on you. Okay? It's not your job to make the clothes work. It is the clothes' job to work for you. This is another sweater from J. Crew. It is of the same material. It's the super soft yarn. I will say this is my first season owning these, and when I wash them, like I do machine wash them, they pill quite a bit. I don't think you're supposed to dry them the way that I did, but I do, and I don't care. Yeah, so I think that I'll have to kind of like go in and pill them a little bit because they're getting a little bit worn, but this is really great for like my winter whites. The fear around wearing all white is just something that you push past. I don't like to wear all black because I don't think that it really flatters my skin tone, but B, it makes me feel like I'm going back to work. I was a hairstylist for 8 years, and you end up wearing all black all the time so that you know, if you get bleach on you or something, you can like Sharpie it back out of yourself. And again, I mean, you get things on you and it just doesn't really matter that much. I think of being an artist. Artists always wear all white and then they'll have like paint on them, and it's just like, it's just not a thing, you know? So this is an example of how I would style this sweater. You know, you just tuck it all in, and if you're ever curious how influencers tuck these giant sweaters into like little baby bottoms, you have to unzip your pants to do it. It's really just like an all-in like commitment kind of thing, and it is going to build a little bit of volume around your waist, so you do kind of want to like selectively choose where you bunch it. But the other thing here, and you'll see this doesn't feel very styled yet, and it's because when I don't have like a jacket on or something like that, I do want to make sure that I like push the sleeves up, just kind of accentuate the small portions of my body so that we build volume where we want it, and then we kind of cinch where we don't. But I think that winter white is something that is underutilized. I think that it goes so well with everything in my wardrobe. And then this is a perfect canvas for different looks. So we can go, let's see, what do we want to do? Let's go here first. This is an absolutely incredible jacket that I got from BLDWN recently, and I got it on sale. Make sure that the sleeves kind of show, and I've cuffed this right here, and you can see how that camel color picks up the stitching in a really nice way, and then you also can like zhuzh this just a little bit, and it just makes everything look a little bit more intentional. So I'm gonna kind of blouse that, and I am a shameless collar popper, guys. I don't know whether it's my southernness or whatever, but I just feel like, you know, if I'm gonna go for it, I might as well go for it kind of thing. So this is like, you know, I play it down. I look really casual. I'm very warm, but I'm very comfortable. I'm always about being comfortable, but also looking chic. And also, since Austin does not get extremely cold ever, we are a layering city. You have to plan for versatility. So it's like a t-shirt under a sweater, and then you throw on another layer or something like that. Wind is something you have to take into consideration. You might want to cover your butt with a coat or something, but more often than not, you're going to end up wearing layers in the morning and pulling them all off by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just how it is. I should also mention this jacket's incredible. I mean, it's got these cargo pockets on it. It's a little bit cropped, but it's very oversized. I got it in an extra small. I got it on sale for like $100. And it is so beautiful and timeless, and it feels like model off duty, you know? It gives me Hadid sister vibes, just something about it. But we can go in a completely different direction with something like this. So this is an amazing oversized blazer from Everlane that I got back in the fall, and this just completely updates the whole nature of this outfit and makes it into something you can wear, I don't know, to like a bougie gathering, or in my case, I wore it to like the Biltmore estate, you know? And I kind of like to pop even a lapel collar. These are my Lili Sadugi sunglasses. And I roll the sleeves up. You can roll these up as well. Sometimes I'll wear like a watch or something. I have my handbag of the moment right now that my sister recently got me, and this is by C by Chloe. And we have a vibe. We have a whole look, you know? And even though I am put together and I feel really chic and expensive, I'm so comfortable, okay? Comfort is king. Let's move into athleisure, because in all of the rules that I see for these capsule wardrobes, a lot of them let people off the hook for their workout clothes, which is fine if you don't live in workout clothes the way that I do. I really integrate leggings and sweaters and sports bras and things like that into my everyday, and I combine them with a lot of things that aren't necessarily athletic. And so I feel like I'm not off the hook on that one. I do need to share with you guys kind of my athletic stuff. So I've got 3 items here that really cover that category. We have this, honestly, it doesn't look like much, but this probably has the distinction of the thing that I have worn the most this entire season. This is a pullover cropped hoodie. It's like recycled cotton, I want to say, and it's super heavyweight and it's fantastic, and it's from Everlane. I don't think that they have this colorway anymore, but I do think that they still carry this, and if you can get one, I highly recommend them if it's something that you think that you would wear. It goes so well with everything. I'll put it on in a second. And then we have these 2 things, which are from Lululemon. So Lululemon, I am diehard. I love Lululemon so much because A, their stuff is made consciously. B, it's beautiful, and it's actually like all the details and everything are meant to really flatter your body. And C, they have a lifetime guarantee. Okay, everybody wants to complain about really expensive leggings. Well, if you can resell them and somebody feels like they got a new pair of leggings, I'm sorry, that just outweighs price to me. Like, it's so awesome. Their stuff is absolutely indestructible. There's going to be stuff that I'm gonna sell from Lululemon from my collection just because the cuts don't flatter me anymore, like as I've gotten older, but someone is going to feel like they got a brand new pair of leggings, you know, because their stuff just absolutely stands the test of time, and that's why they continue to get my money. So both of these are from the recent collection, I wanna say, and they both have really fantastic like little thumb holes. All the details are nailed. This is machine washable merino. Everything is made to perform. And then this my husband got me for Christmas. We had a day where we went out and he dragged me to a golf store and I let him pick out a new golf driver. And then I dragged him to an even worse place, which is Lululemon during the holidays, and he bought me an outfit there. So this thing is incredible. I think this is a Sit and Lotus sweater, and it has these amazing little thumb holes in it, and then also the sleeve kind of like folds over on your hand. Hard to explain, absolutely gorgeous. If you are an athleisure person or like a, I don't know, you just kind of love that like yoga vibe, highly recommend going and trying this on. It's a delightful, it's got pockets. They're just really high quality. Okay, I'm officially starting to look crazy, and that's fine. This sweatshirt, it fits so snugly that every time I put it on, it scrapes all the makeup off of my face. So if you do buy this sweatshirt, do your makeup after putting it on. So I wanted to wear this to show you guys the potential of the next few items. This is such a good example of shopping secondhand and getting something you could never find anywhere else. So this is a Current Elliott leather jacket with this beautiful real shearling collar. This is some really, really soft, high quality leather. And I got this on the Real. This is probably, I don't know, like an $800 jacket. I would never have paid that for it. I got this on the Real for $120, and I got it years ago. I have had this for so long, and it stays in my wardrobe, and I'm never getting rid of it because it's the perfect jacket. So the Real is luxury consignment. You see a lot of people get sponsored by it and stuff, so I'm sure that you've heard of them before. You have to have like shopping for sport on the mind. Like you have to be ready to like really peruse until you find something, but sometimes you just get really lucky. I got really lucky in this case, but my best advice for shopping on the Real is shop off season. I got this in like the dead of summer. You have a much better pick of what you want if you shop for what's not right here, right now, weather-wise. People are just not going to be picking over that stuff as much. So right now is the time to, you know, shop for sundresses. Throw my sunnies back on here. And with this, I would probably wear these right here. So these are my Ghani boots. I shared these in a favorites a while back. They're one of the investments that I made this year. I got them on sale for about $350, and they were, I think, like $415 or $450 or something like that before. But these are something that I'm going to have for decades. I wear them all the time. They're super duper comfortable. They're low enough of a heel that they're very like easy to wear all the time, and they've broken in beautifully. They carry these almost all the time. They do kind of tend to change the colorway or like the finish on them every once in a while, but Ghani makes these all the time. So let's say it's a little bit colder. This jacket right here is one that I wear with athletic stuff all the time. It gives me that like Hailey Bieber vibe, right? Where she'll wear like a sweatsuit and then throw like a structured coat on top of it and with some like really high-end sneakers, and it totally works. With this, I would definitely do a pair of sneakers like these. These are my my Adidas by Stella McCartney. If you're ever looking for kind of like classy sneakers, the Adidas by Stella McCartney are always just a little bit chicer of a colorway, I feel like, than a lot of them, although that's not really true anymore. Adidas has completely upped their game. Like, you can find so many amazing colorways of Adidas. So yeah, I prefer the Stella McCartney ones just because I like her choices, but at the same time, like, I really don't think you can go wrong. I'm a big fan of Adidas. Yeah, I made the choice to buy this because I kind of wanted to go with this like teddy vibe, and it was a very easy thing to integrate into my wardrobe because I already had one that I had worn absolutely to death that was from like ASOS from like, you know, 5 years ago or something, that was just like a felt version of this. And so this fell right into the place that had left behind essentially in my collection. And so it works so beautifully. I love it so much. And all this stuff, if they still have it, it's all on crazy sale at this point. These are two more items that are from J. Crew from this fall. I didn't get as much wear out of this as I was hoping to. It's kind of a faux fur bomber jacket. It doesn't fit me the way that I thought it was going to. It's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be. But this right here, this is like my true blue cold weather jacket. It is so functional, and it helped me get rid of like 2 older coats that were in my collection that were from like Forever 21, you know, just like old stuff that needed to be retired, but it had served a function in my collection in terms of being like my only really good cold weather coat. And so this not only gets the job done, like it sheds water, it breaks wind, it does a really good job of just generally being a very, very high quality functional warm coat, but it's also, I think it looks really nice. Like, it's got gold detailing. It's got this really great kind of like shearling lined hood that doesn't look that crazy when you're not wearing a hoodie underneath it. I love this thing. It is so, so functional, and Hallie just bought it at a crazy discount, so I'm pretty sure that you can get this on sale now, J. Crew. Okay, I did another wardrobe change, and that is because I was hot. But I also want to show you guys 2 more items that are in this category. So one is this extremely functional jacket from Patagonia. I feel like this is just really important to have in my wardrobe because it does such a good job of kind of flexing in between regular everyday and also throwing it over something athletic. It is made like technical apparel. Patagonia is also a very responsible company, but I love the colorway on this. I love that it has the camel. I love that it has just the really like, you know, regular beige teddy material, and it goes over just about everything, and it always looks really nice. And admittedly, I just forgot to mention this. This is another sweater. This is from Topshop, and I've had this probably the longest out of everything up here. I've had this probably since the end of 2017, and it just keeps washing so beautifully, and so I just keep it. It's like a perfect gray sweater. I wear it all the time, and it's got a really beautiful neckline on it, and I love it. So yeah, as far as like layering and kind of like fitting in with my whole collection, you know, she just gets to stay another year. That's all of my current wardrobe as it stands right now. Let's talk about shoes. And then let's talk about the things that I'm kind of starting to bring in for spring because we're already there in Austin. So shoes-wise, you guys already met my Ganni boots. Sneakers-wise, these are my two pairs of sneakers that I wear on a regular basis, my Stella McCartney Adidas, and then there's also like my Adidas dad sneakers that are a lot bulkier. They're just a more like current, youthful, slightly ironic sort of thing. And they're super freaking comfortable. And these are a little bit more grown up and chic. It's just depending on how I'm feeling that day. My dog is just like wandering around. Hey, bud. He's behind the wardrobe. Okay. And then these are an amazing mainstay in my collection, just regular beat up years old white Converse. I don't think that I have gone a year in my existence since age 15 not owning a pair of low top Converse. Usually it was black when I was younger. Now they're white. I throw these in the washing machine and I love, it's kind of like Bruno Mars. I got Chucks on with Saint Laurent. Like I love wearing like $35, $40 sneakers with like an otherwise very expensive looking outfit. It just adds this really nice touch of like casualness. And then finally, if I haven't obsessed about these enough in other videos, these are my faux fur line Doc Martens. They are not $300, they're about $150, and they're so super functional. They go with everything. They keep my feet really warm. I have them in an 8, and I do typically wear an 8, but if you don't want to wear big chunky smart wool socks with them, I would suggest half sizing down because I really do like pack really huge socks in these things, and if I wear just regular socks with them, they're a little too roomy. So yeah, just bear that in mind, but these, I can hike in them, I can wear them with everything. Like they are a workhorse in my wardrobe, and I'm so glad that I bought them. And I get compliments on them. Like they're pretty cute, don't you think? So as I move into spring, and also because, you know, a lot of days in Austin it's 70 degrees and you just don't want to wear closed-toed shoes, these are something that is, I mean, I wear them probably once a week, at least in the wintertime. These are just regular tan beige Birkenstock with just the regular like unfinished suede. These have lasted me forever. I am really kind to them. I don't like wear them in water or anything like that, but Birkenstocks, even if you just like wear the daylights out of them, they will resole them for you and you can keep the leather. Birkenstocks are like a lifetime purchase and I absolutely love these. I'm a size 8 and these are a size 38. They are very true to size. And finally in the shoe department, these are my most recent purchase for shoes. These are called Mohinders. They are handmade in India and these are actually size 9. I suggest sizing up. I ordered an 8 and even though they claim that they break in a lot, I didn't think they were gonna break in enough, and so I ordered a 9 and I love them so much. They go with everything. They're this perfect beige color that just goes with my whole, I mean, my wardrobe right now, my transitional wardrobe, but also my whole like summer wardrobe is a lot of linen and it's a lot of light colors and things like that, but also there are a lot of like new things that I've been integrating, like this shirt or like this shirt. Something that I've decided that I want to come back to in my spring wardrobe. I mean, yes, I do tend to wear more color in the spring and summer anyway, but I want to reintegrate like vintage t-shirts. There's no such thing as like a true thrift store in Austin. We have this thing called Blue Hanger here in Austin, which is where all the Goodwill inventory comes in, and you can go and sift through those bins and buy things by the pound. I don't have the time or energy for that. But what that translates to is that when you go to a Goodwill here, you don't find old vintage t-shirt gems. You mainly see really current stuff that's maybe like a season or 2 old. So that's good. You know what I mean? You can go and buy secondhand stuff that's very current, but that's not why I'm going to a thrift store. So what I end up doing is going to the vintage stores here in Austin that have already done the legwork for you and paying a fortune for really cute and easy to shop vintage t-shirts. So yeah, these each cost me like $35, $40. And I know that if you live in LA, you're like, that's a pretty good deal. But you know, it's different everywhere that you go. And to me, I mean, I just like go, there's a place called Prototype Vintage here in Austin on South Congress, and they organize all the shirts by color. And I can just go and pick out what I want. I can try it on and everything. this time I got really lucky. Everything just fits so beautifully. So I got this really cool Disneyland shirt that even though it has like red on it, it's still just like mostly white. And I feel like it does go really nicely with my like summertime vibe. It'll look really good with a little bit of a tan, which is all I can get. And then this one is my new favesy. This is my 100% Pure Garfield shirt. Has a really great graphic on the back. I love a good back graphic on a t-shirt. And they're both super duper soft, and this is just the most lovely shade of peach. I think that it really flatters my skin tone. Both of them make me feel really, really cute. And I love just combining this into my pre-existing mainstays of my wardrobe. So like for this, I would wear my little mohinders, and I got my little Lily Sadugi sunglasses, and I just kind of bloused this guy. Got my my Ana Luisa jewelry, and then, you know, since it was a little bit chilly outside today, just a little bit, I wore my BLDWN jacket, and it's just the whole vibe, guys. Real quick, aside from that stuff, I did want to show you guys, like I was talking about with integrating athletic clothes into my regular wardrobe, I really like Lululemon leggings. This is the Align pant right here in like an olive green or like hunter green. And they all go really, really beautifully with like these shoes. And then I also have the Wonder Unders, the high-rise Wonder Unders in the camo print. My mom got me these for Christmas, and they also integrate really nicely. And that is also why I went with the olive green in the Cara Sport backpack that I showed you guys in my favorites, is just because without being black, it's something that integrates into the whole color scheme so well. And I did want to show you guys like what this looks like for scale, like on my body, because it does come in different sizes. So this is the medium one, and you can carry it as a duffel or you can carry it as a backpack, and you can see this is the perfect size for like my, you know, carry-on and my laptop and things like that, and keep everything really safe and secure, but it doesn't look unwieldy and huge on my body. So I love this thing. I'm literally going hoarse because it's the second time I filmed this video. So yeah, guys, that's my whole winter into slightly spring capsule wardrobe. And there are still a lot of things that I need to declutter. So look forward to that video. But what you guys mainly asked me in preparation for this video was just that you had already gotten rid of a lot of the stuff in your wardrobe. Like that wasn't the hard part, but you wanted to know how to coordinate what you had left over. For me, it did involve some shopping. And this is not an exercise where you either shop a whole lot or don't shop at all. I don't think that it is about extremes. It's about taking control of the narrative of what shopping tells us to do. I do think that for a long time I was stuck in a mindset that if clothes didn't fit me or if that I looked ugly in a dressing room, it was my body's fault, not the clothes. That's not the case at all. If the clothes look bad on you, it's the clothes' fault, okay? Just find different clothes. Making a capsule wardrobe is all about finding the things that make you feel freaking incredible. Like you're supposed to feel like $1,000,000, and those clothes do exist out there. It took me a long time to find the brands that I felt aligned with what I wanted to look like. And it is hard sometimes because we do want to just kind of oversimplify it. And I do find that like my style does really shift from winter to summer, something that I had to be aware of. And there was also like the awareness, like I was talking about, that like I only really want to wear white t-shirts. Like sometimes you just have to take a look at your wardrobe and like think about your process in the morning and realize that it's actually a lot simpler than you're making it. It's just that we've been like had it hammered home to us that we had to like have this variety in our wardrobe, and you can't wear the same thing every day. You can if you want. You can absolutely wear the same thing every day if you want, if that's what makes you feel good. So there are no rules. I am not here to like lay down any kind of laws on you guys. I want to empower you to only buy the things that make you feel amazing. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, guys, do give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today, guys. I love you so freaking much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.